Adam wasn't tricked. He wasn't confused. Adam knew exactly what he was doing when he ate the forbidden fruit. And the reason why? It'll change everything you thought you knew about this story. But first, it wasn't an apple. I know, everyone thinks it was an apple, but the Bible never says that. Genesis just calls it the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The apple thing? That came from medieval art and Latin wordplay centuries later. Now here's what actually happened. Picture paradise, literally. No death, no shame, no fear. Adam is walking with God face to face. Creation obeys him. He has everything. And God gives him one rule. You can eat from every tree in the garden except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, because the day you eat from it, you will die. Genesis chapter 2, verses 16 and 17. Adam heard this directly from God, before Eve was even created. So when the serpent shows up, Adam knows the stakes. Now, the serpent, he's smart. He doesn't attack God, he questions him. He approaches Eve and asks, "Did God really say you can't eat from any tree?" And that's how deception always starts, not with rebellion, but with doubt. Eve responds, and she actually adds to what God said. She tells the serpent they can't even touch the tree. God never said that. That little distortion, it opened the door. Then the serpent goes for the kill. You won't die. God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened. You'll be like God, knowing good and evil. The temptation wasn't hunger. It was autonomy. The idea that humans could decide for themselves what's right and wrong, independent of God. Eve believed it. She took the fruit. She ate. But here's where it gets really interesting. Genesis chapter 3, verse 6 says this, "She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate." Wait, pause. Adam was there the whole time. He wasn't off somewhere else doing something else. He was standing right there, watching, listening, silent. He didn't stop the serpent. He didn't correct the lie. He didn't remind Eve what God actually said. Adam failed before he ever took a bite. And here's what makes this even crazier. The New Testament spells it out clearly. 1 Timothy 2:14 says, "Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a transgressor." Read that again. Adam was not deceived. Eve was tricked. She believed the lie. But Adam, he knew exactly what he was doing. So why did he do it? Because Adam faced an impossible choice. Eve had just eaten the fruit. She disobeyed God, and God said disobedience brings death. So in Adam's mind, Eve is about to die. He's standing at a crossroads. Option 1, obey God, stay in paradise, watch Eve die, be alone forever. Option 2, join her. Whatever happens next, they face it together. And Adam chose her. This wasn't confusion. This wasn't a mistake. It was loyalty. It was love, misplaced love. Adam looked at the woman God gave him and essentially said, "If you die, I die with you." Sounds noble, right? Except he disobeyed God to do it. And that one choice, it dragged all of humanity down with him. And God knew it. After they ate, God didn't confront Eve first. He called out for Adam. "Where are you?" Not because God didn't know where Adam was hiding, but because Adam was responsible. Adam received the command directly. Adam had the authority. Adam stayed silent when he should have spoken up. That's why Romans chapter 5 says sin entered the world through one man. Not Eve, Adam. The buck stopped with him. So what happened after they ate? Did they become like gods, knowing good and evil like the serpent promised? No. They got shame. They got guilt. They got awareness, but not the good kind. For the first time, they knew evil, not as an idea, but as something inside them. And immediately they hid from God, because sin always leads to hiding. Adam's choice fractured everything. Work became exhausting, childbirth became painful, relationships became strained, and death entered the world. But here's what people miss. God didn't abandon them.
Right there in Genesis 3, in the middle of pronouncing consequences, God makes a promise. He tells the serpent, "He will crush your head and you will strike his heel." That's the first prophecy about Jesus in the entire Bible. God is saying a descendant is coming who will undo all of this. Where Adam chose humanity over God, Jesus would choose God for humanity. Where Adam brought death through disobedience to God, Jesus would bring life through obedience, even obedience unto death. From the very first sin, God was already planning the rescue. And here's why this story still matters. We make Adam's mistake every single day. We choose relationships over truth. We choose what feels good over what God says. We choose comfort over obedience. Adam's story isn't ancient history, it's human nature. But it's also the story of redemption, because the same God who watched Adam fall is the God who sent Jesus to lift us back up. So why did Adam eat the fruit? Not because he was tricked, not because he didn't know better. He ate it because he chose loyalty to Eve over obedience to God. And that one choice explains why the world is broken and why grace matters. Because God never gave up on us. If this changed how you see the Genesis story, drop a comment below. And if you want more biblical deep dives like this, make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next one.